You don't need a year to change your mind. You don't even need a month. If you know what to target, you can rewire your brain in 7 days. Not fully, but enough to feel different, enough to act different, enough to break the patterns that have been controlling you for years. So let me show you exactly how to do it. Understand what rewiring actually means. Your brain changes every day whether you want it to or not. Every thought you repeat strengthens a pathway. Every habit you avoid weakens it. But most people never use this to their advantage. They wait for motivation. They wait for a perfect moment. They wait for a version of themselves that feels ready. But rewiring doesn't require readiness. It requires repetition. It requires interruption of old patterns. It requires replacing what's automatic with what's intentional. When you understand that your brain is always updating, you stop thinking change is slow. You realize the real problem is that you keep reinforcing the wrong patterns. Overthinking is a pattern. Laziness is a pattern. Self-doubt is a pattern. Procrastination is a pattern. And the longer you repeat them, the deeper they root themselves. Rewiring is removing those roots by starving them, and planting new ones by feeding them. 7 days is more than enough time to feel your identity shift, but only if you focus on the right levers. And the first lever is awareness. You can't change patterns you never catch. Day 1. Break the automatic loop. The first day is simple. You interrupt your default behavior. Every time your brain goes into autopilot, stop yourself for 1 second. 1 second of awareness is enough to disrupt the loop. When you reach for your phone without thinking, pause. When you avoid a task, pause. When you mentally complain, pause. That pause is the first crack in your old circuitry, because your brain expects you to obey your impulses. Once you stop obeying, it starts recalibrating. This 1 second interruption forces your mind to become conscious again. And the more conscious you are, the less control your emotions, impulses, and old programming have over you. Your goal on day 1 is not perfection, it's interruption. Interrupt everything automatic. Interrupt everything reactive. Interrupt everything unconscious. If you do this for 1 day, your brain will already start changing, because you're doing something you've never done consistently, taking control. Day 2. Replace thoughts with commands. Your thoughts appear automatically, but your commands are chosen. On day 2, you shift from passive thinking to active conditioning. Whenever your brain sends a negative signal, replace it with a directive. I can't focus becomes, start for 2 minutes. I don't want to do this becomes, begin the first step. I'm tired becomes, move for 30 seconds. A command rewires faster than a thought, because it forces action, and action is what rewrites the brain. This does not require confidence. It does not require motivation. It only requires consistency. The more commands you give yourself, the more your brain adapts to obedience. Your brain becomes what it repeatedly follows, so make sure it follows you, not your impulses. Day 3 to 5. Build 1 identity-based habit. Now you shift from interruption and command to identity, because the fastest way to change your brain is to change who you believe you are. Not 10, not 5. I am someone who finishes what I start. I am someone who trains daily. I am someone who stays calm under pressure. Your brain will fight this at first. That's good. It means you're rewriting something real. For the next 3 days, all you do is act in alignment with that identity once per day. 1 action, not a full routine, not a massive transformation. 1 action that proves the identity. Your brain updates based on evidence, not intention. So give it evidence, give it proof. Each action becomes a neural vote, and by day 5, those votes stack. That's when you start feeling different. That's when people around you notice something shifting. That's when the rewiring becomes visible. Day 6. Remove 1 self-defeating input. Rewiring isn't only about adding, it's also about removing. You eliminate 1 thing that weakens your mind every day. For example, scrolling first thing in the morning, wasting time on people who drain you, talking negatively about yourself, comparing yourself constantly, late night phone use. You remove only 1, but that removal has massive impact, because subtraction frees mental space. Your brain becomes clearer, your emotions become quieter, your actions become sharper. By day 6, you start feeling control. Not forced control, natural control. The kind that makes hard things easier and easy things irrelevant. Day 7. block the new pathway. Your final day is reinforcement. You repeat the 3 steps: interrupt, command, identity action. Then you reflect on how different your week felt. Reflection is what locks the wiring in place. Because when you become aware of growth, your brain marks it as important. And what the brain marks as important becomes repeatable. This last day turns your 1-week experiment into a long-term shift. Not perfection, not a miracle, but a real change you can feel, a change you can continue, a change that compounds. Rewiring your brain isn't mystical, it's mechanical. Interrupt the old, install the new. Repeat until it becomes effortless. 7 days is enough to start. 7 days is enough to feel the shift. And once you feel it, you won't want to go back. Be elite, stay elite. Jump here for next video, and I will see you all on the next one.